just move my chair here. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy East Coast Gamer with a sports video today because, oh my god. you know, most people don't know what my take is on sports. I'm a huge basketball fan, as you can see by the Carmelo Anthony jersey in the background. I'm a big Knicks fan. Been a fan of basketball for over a decade now. Watched it as a little kid, but I don't remember. I started really watching once the Knicks signed Amari and they got Carmelo. I got really excited then. That's when I really became a true fan. I've been a fan for 10 years, seen a lot of shit happen in the league, man. But last night, what I witnessed by the Los Angeles Clippers, and this is not exaggeration, is one of, if not the biggest choke job I've ever witnessed in my life in the NBA. I mean, literally. So embarrassing, so disgusting, so egregious. It is so terrible, awful, disgusting, as I mentioned before. How? First of all, I mean, oh my god. Either the Clippers are just cursed. The Clippers, first of all, are cursed. Has to be. I mean, in the last 5 years, they had 2-3-1 leads in the second round and have not been able to get past that second round to the conference finals. They've never been to a conference final in their 50-year history, bro. Think about that for a second. And the big splashes they made in the offseason, everybody talked about how they were the winners. Oh my gosh, they got Kawhi. He was the finals MVP, and they got Paul George, and he's one of the best players in the league, top 5, beast, etc., etc. Oh, they had Patrick Beverly, who's nasty on defense, Lou Will, 6th man of the year, Montrezl Harrell, and Montrezl Clutch, Zubac, etc. They didn't even get to the conference finals. They blew a 3-1 lead. They blew a 3-1 lead, people. I mean, if you're a Clippers fan, if there are any of you, what is there to be excited about? I mean, they literally just blew a 3-1 lead. How do you blow a 3-1 lead? I can't believe it. I'm at awe. I really am. Because here's the thing. In the NBA, there's a couple of ways where you can build a team. And, the contrast in style between the Clippers and Nuggets of the way they built the team is just crazy. Because the Clippers took the free agency approach. And the free agency approach is, you trade for a couple of guys. And granted, the Lob City didn't work out. It was a failure there, so they got rid of Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, and CP. Got some guys back who were like Lou Williams and Patrick Beverly and Montrezl Harrell, and they had a really good year last year. They made the playoffs. They put up a good fight against the Warriors, but they lost, and you're thinking, okay, maybe they get a Kawhi Leonard with somebody else, and they're off to the races. And sure enough, they did get Kawhi, and they got Paul George. But goddamn, it just shows you that in the NBA, sometimes it doesn't work out, man. Sometimes that free agency is a huge gamble, and a word of warning to teams like the Nets, who got Durant and Kyrie. It might not work, and you have to give up a lot. And if you're looking at the Clippers, their window is next year, basically. And people are going to say they have 2 more years. Okay, sure. Believe that if you think that's true. But think about this for a second here. The Clippers gave up 5 unprotected first-round picks for Paul George. They signed Kawhi Leonard, but let's be honest. It's only a 2-year deal. He's doing the LeBron thing where it's a 1 year and we keep seeing. If Kawhi Leonard and Paul George leave, This team is effed. They're effed. Do you really think anybody's gonna come play for the Clippers after that? Hell no. And they don't even have the capital, the currency to do anything. They're basically screwed, is literally what I'm just trying to say. And it just shows you that free agency sometimes doesn't work. And it's dangerous. And I mean, if you're looking at Sam Presti right now, man, he looks like a genius. He got rid of Russell Westbrook for a bunch of picks to Houston. Took Chris Paul's contract, but it's tradable. He had a really good year. And he really helped Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and all those guys develop. You get rid of Paul George's terrible contract, and you get 5 unprotected first-round picks for it. The Thunder have like 15 first-round picks in the next 3 years. It's the Thunder, the Pelicans, and the Knicks have, and yeah, I said the Knicks, they do have a couple of first-round picks in the next couple of years. But those are the 3 teams that you say, okay, they have pretty good, draft pick capital where you can trade for somebody, especially the Thunder. I mean, they have so many picks, and the Pelicans as well. But you see, I'm going to get back to the whole free agency is very dangerous, as you can see. Because if it doesn't work out, you look like a complete buffoon. And as you see, the Clippers didn't even get to the conference finals. I mean, if you're a Clippers fan, if you're a Kawhi fan, what if you're Steve Ballmer, what is there to be excited about? They couldn't get over the hump against the Denver Nuggets team. And granted, listen, Jokic is a beast. Jamal Murray is a beast. Michael Porter is emerging. But the Clippers had more talent than them. They were a better team. Overall, on paper. And see what I'm saying here, because obviously the best team won. The Nuggets. The Clippers are screwed. All the hype, all the talk. Marcus Morris is calling Paul Millsap soft. And that was the game. That was the turning point of this series, in my opinion. When my man Marcus Morris, thank you for the first round pick, Clippers, started talking smack, they woke up the Nuggets. And there it is. And and again, this is a warning to the teams that gamble on free agency, which is why I say build through the draft. It's always been my motto. You gotta build through the draft, dog. Because if it doesn't work out, then you're screwed. We'll see what happens with the Nets and even the Lakers. You know what, the Lakers, yeah, you can say, okay, they have LeBron and AD. They're probably going to get to the finals and win. But what happens if they lose to the Nuggets? Then they're kind of stuck with LeBron and AD. And yeah, that's great and all, but I don't think this Lakers team is going to compete. Even if the Lakers win a championship, you're going to say, okay, mission accomplished, they won a chip. Yeah, but here's the problem, is once LeBron retires and AD leaves, they're kind of screwed again. They're going to be terrible for like a decade at least. So they better hope and pray to God they get at least a championship. And even one championship is not really a lot. And I just want to say to the Denver Nuggets, shout out to the Denver Nuggets. Honestly and truthfully, first of all, this is their first conference final since 2009, so they've waited 11 years. They traded Carmelo Anthony in 2010, 2011, so it took them 10 years to finally get a contender again. 2 of the 3 picks they got from the Carmelo Anthony deal, guess who they ended up being? Gary Harris, who was huge in the series, and Jamal Murray. And also the assist from the Knicks, who passed up on Michael Porter 2 years ago to take Kevin Knox. But the Nuggets did it the right way. Did it take them a decade to be good? Yes. They were still in the playoffs a couple of years, though. And that's the thing. They were trying to figure out their core. But here they are now, with a lot of potential, a lot of hype. And really, honestly, the Nuggets are the last hope to stop the Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm praying that they do. But, as I said, this is a word of warning to the NBA, basically, to organizations. Don't, unless the free agency class, unless there is a top 3 player, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't give up your future to try to win a championship now. Because in the short term you can win a title, sure. But if you don't get over the hump and don't win the championship, then you are going to be for the next decade plus. The Clippers just failed miserably. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets, though. And hopefully, the Nuggets don't go down 3-1 again, but if they do, I'll be giving all my power to Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic to beat that son of a gun LeBron James. Let's see what happens in the Western Conference Finals.